Jake, I'm not doing Mario Kart Double Dash. I did a Mario Kart thing a few months ago.
Do Mario Kart Double Dash.
No, I'm not doing it.
Actually, I've got an idea. The competitors to the GameCube or the Xbox and PS2. So, another racing game or a fighting game.
Depending on what you want me to do, racing sounds better in my opinion.
Well, you love comics, right?
Hell yeah.
Well, do either Burnout or Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, always. Burnout 1 and 2 just frustrate the hell out of me. Oh.
Well, then you got your game for the week.
Yes, Jake, you genius. Yes, I have. Hey dudes, thatdudewiththesunglasses here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the original Xbox. Why am I not doing a Mario Power Tennis review, you may be asking? Well, my brother's not really going to be sitting down with me for 6 hours to write a script, so that's my reasoning behind that. Why am I doing another Xbox-based game? Well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is best on the original Xbox, although it was also ported to the PS2, Dreamcast, PS3, Xbox 360 and iOS. Obviously the iOS version is what's crap. But what can you do? All phone games are crap. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a fantastic game because of how unique it is. I don't think there's one other fighter that comes to mind when I think of team fighting games. I'm also going to go into this a bit later. As I said, it's so unique. Time is very slow, the special attacks are very hard to use, and the game has tons of characters. I can imagine playing this when it first came out and seeing how great it looks. And what I just said is more stuff that will be said later on in the video, so do not worry. Let's play this beauty and dig into the core of the game. So, I love Marvel, and I love Capcom. Capcom Generations is one of my favourite games on the PlayStation, and Marvel made my favourite superhero group, the Avengers, X-Men, no, not Avengers, X-Men. Look, you can look at my shirts. I'm really sorry, but there are way more of the X-Men, and they're more unique than the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the Big Hero 6 team combined. I would also say Guardians of the Galaxy as well. They kick too much ass, but still not as good as the X-Men. I could spend all day talking about Marvel, but I don't want to have a really long section of non-review and a short section of normal review. So let's just get on. So anyway, Marvel vs. Capcom started with X-Men vs. Street Fighter in the arcade in 1996. Yes, Capcom's best franchise versus Marvel's best franchise. Awesome. So it came out in the arcade in 1996, and Clash of Superheroes, or Marvel vs. Capcom 1, came out in 1998 on the Dreamcast and PlayStation, and also of course in the arcade. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out in the arcades and on the Dreamcast in 2000. Capcom really liked the Dreamcast. The PS2 in 2002 as well saw a port, and the Xbox saw a port in 2003. So, let's start the game.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. New Age of Heroes.
Okay, well first off the bat, this menu doesn't look very good, even for 2000. Gee, it's terrible. Yuck. Disgusting. As well, while we were on the topic of not very good looking stuff, look at the back of the box. Lazy as crap. Soul Calibur 2 came out the same year, at least in the arcades, as this game, and its menus were fantastic. Graphics aren't the main point in games, but even Super Mario 64's menu screen was better than this lazy trash, and that came out 4 years before this game was originally released. Anyway, we got some different modes: arcade mode, versus mode, training mode, and an option mode. So, in this video, I'm only really going to be talking about the arcade mode, because I don't really care about versus, and I will give you a little rundown of training mode. Training mode is basically where it's the exact same game, apart from there's no time limit and the enemy does not attack. That is all it is. It's not very impressive, but I think it's a lot better than having a big tutorial. The versus mode, yeah, it's just 2 players, and an option mode, options. Let's start with arcade mode, because that's all we're going to be covering in this video. So you have to play 9 teams in 9 stages, and well, it's awesome. But first, let's talk about the teams. So you can get up to 56 characters. Most of them you have to unlock, from Mega Man and Anarchist to Spider-Man and Colossus. The characters are awesome. Spider-Man kicks your ass and you react. Ah! Anyway, my favourite team is Ryu, because of his awesome melee and Hadouken, Wolverine, because he's incredibly tough and he's good at using different combos, and Spider-Man, because
Web Ball.
Each character has a different recommended type. Some have projectile, some expansion, some anti-air, some ground type.
6 hours later.
Some have dash type. Oh god, finally I'm done, jeez. There are tons of these types, which isn't a bad thing, because if you have a good mix of them, then you can get some kick-ass teams. So also, you can have the time go normal or turbo. Yeah, turbo. Yes. The thing is, normal is like 5 minutes and turbo is 4.5, I reckon. Now let's get into the gaming music. It's actually alright for its time, not fantastic but alright. It's the character select music that is really, really bad and sucks. It just says, and it's good classic and modern video game music, but it repeats forever, which makes it really annoying. The voice gets really annoying. Oh god. Why can't you make good music? Comprehendo, make good music.
Shut up!
Let's get into the gameplay side of things. So, the gameplay is pretty awesome. We find out that this is a 2D fighter, and I have no problem with them, although my favourite fighter is Soul Calibur 2, which is a 3D game. Hyper Street Fighter 2 is a fantastic example of a great 2D fighter. So now we have 3 characters versus another 3 characters. They are prepared. Will this absolutely unique concept be executed well? Will Marvel vs. Capcom 2 be my favourite 2D fighter of all time? No. But it's still pretty unique. One character fights at a time, so to get some damage done, you have to use your combos very wisely. The controls are varied because different characters have different attacks. Special moves. Wait, no, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, let's quickly go back to the start. And let's repeat. The controls are varied between different characters with some of the attacks. Some are for the best, some aren't. The majority of projectile moves are used by the D-pad, like
Web Ball.
And also you got the special moves. special moves are wasted in ridiculous 8-hit combos that take lots of damage away. The problem is they're too bloody hard to pull off. It annoys me because the other characters constantly pull off these stunts. Sometimes, even when you eventually do a special move, it doesn't give you anywhere near as much damage, or sometimes it doesn't even work. Master these moves for every character on your favourite team, you will have no chance of knocking all the characters out before the end of the level. And I'll explain more on that later. You do get an option to change your characters in between, which is good. But in other team games, not specifically fighters, I can't do that. I know it seems so basic, but I'm very glad they kept it in. Tons of other controls and crap, but I'm not going to dive into the situation anymore. So that's the controls, and sadly that's nearly everything. But I'm going to explain the last few things. So, the team that wins is the team that does the most damage to the members of the other team. For example, if my team knocked out one member of the other team, but the other team took half of 2 characters on my team, our team, would still win because we got the knockout. It's fair and awesome, but the problem is, as nobody can get that much damage on each player, you can hardly ever get a KO even on normal speed. You get a KO by brutally murdering all the members. Ouch. But still, I think getting a KO is a challenge. That's it for this video, so I'm happy. James, you need to do your conclusion. No. Oh, why? I want to go to sleep. Oh, this is the life of a YouTuber named That Dude with the Sunglasses. Overall, from what I say about this game, it sounds crap. I complained about it most of this video. You see, I went to play Margate on the 22nd of August this year. By the way, I was the kid on the retro computers and Donkey Kong Arcade, if you were there between 12 and 4. I was expecting to see Marvel vs. Capcom there. Obviously, in the end, they only had early 80s to mid 90s arcades, but that was absolutely fine by me. I think since then I haven't been able to let go of the hype I had, or still have, for the games. Combined with the unique styles, I undeniably have a fantastic time when playing, no matter what mistakes I can fish out. I can forgive the stuff because at least Capcom tried to do the stuff it tried to do. As well, it's a goddamn unique game and concept. How many other fighters are there that have team-based gameplay? Not that many. For 3D fighters, I go for Tekken and Soul Calibur. For 2D fighters, I go for Street Fighter and Super Smash Bros. For team fighters, I go for Marvel vs. Capcom because there really is no other choice. Marvel vs. Capcom is 73, alright. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a like and tell me what you thought. So, thanks very much for watching again, guys, and peace the hell out. Peace the hell out. I'm Batman. You are. Yes, I am Batman. Now you have to review your Halloween special Batman arcade racing game. Is that all you can do? Yep. And if you don't, you will die.